Students, please try your best on Unit 7 test. Remember to work out your problems and do your very best. Check all of your work so that you can make the best possible grade. Mrs. Baker made a list of her students' shoe sizes as shown below. Which stem and leaf plot represents these shoe sizes? 2. In science class, Andrea had to measure the lengths of several insects. The frequency table below shows her results. What is the difference between the number of ants that measured more than 1.3 centimeters and the number of ants that measured less than 1.3 centimeters? Number 3. The stem and leaf plot below represents the number of video games Luke and each of his friends own. What is the number of friends that own 10 or more video games? Keith surveyed the students in his class to find the number of siblings each of them has. The data is shown below. Keith wants to make a dot plot to represent the data. What data points will be labeled below the number line in the dot plot? Number 5. In Mr. Franklin's class, the students were measuring the lengths of worms in centimeters. Each student measured a worm and recorded its length. The stem and leaf plot below shows the results. Mr. Franklin added 7 new worms for the students to measure. Each new worm measured less than 14.8 centimeters. Including the new worms, what is the difference between the number of worms measuring less than 14.9 centimeters and the number of worms measuring more than 14.9 centimeters? Emma measured the lengths of the noses of some students for a science project. The dot plot below shows her results. If 6 students are added and their nose size is less than 1 7/8, how many students will have a nose size less than 1 7/8? Number 7. The list below shows the time in hours that Durant spent practicing guitar each day. Create a stem and leaf plot using Durant's data. How many days did Durant practice for more than 2 hours? The list below shows the diameter in inches of each button Tricia measured for an art project. Tricia would like to make a frequency table for the above data. How many tally marks should Tricia draw for the number of buttons that measure 1/4 inch? Number 9. The school choir has half as many third grade students as there are fifth grade students. How many third grade students are in the choir? Number 10. The data shown below represents the heights of students in Juan's class. Juan has decided to create a stem and leaf plot to represent the heights. How many leaves will he put in the stem and leaf plot? Number 11. Jerry walks her puppy each day. She recorded the distance they walked in the table below. Jerry has decided to create a frequency table to represent the data. What number should she use to represent the number of times they walked 3/4 mile? Jeffrey and his family took a long vacation to a national park. Jeffrey created a dot plot to represent the number of times a geyser erupted each day during the 20 days they stayed at the national park. How many days did Jeffrey see 12, 13, 14, or 15 eruptions during the day? 13. The stem and leaf plot below represents the number of spirit towels different Booster Club members sold during a high school football game. How many Booster Club members sold between 20 and 30 spirit towels? 14. Students in Juanita's class kept a record of the number of different types of birds each of them saw during recess. The data is shown below. Juanita wants to make a dot plot to represent the data. How many dots will she place above the number 5? Ask each of her classmates how many siblings they had. The dot plot below shows her results. Which table represents the information in the dot plot?